I wanted to marry a wonderful woman, bring up a wonderful family, have a useful job, contribute to my society, do a lot of volunteer work, and die with all of the community thinking I'm a wonderful man, I never get in trouble, and all that. So if all that came true, that would probably be about as good as it could get. And turns out that isn't even close. That isn't even close to what God wants us to have. So, what do we think he wants us to have? Chuck Chamberlain narrowed it down. It's very simple. Conscious contact with him. Conscious contact with him. That's, in essence, is the entire plan. Doesn't sound like much of a plan, does it? Just conscious contact. Chuck said all problems are caused by conscious separation. What happens is, when we have conscious contact, we see a different world than when the contact is broken. And when it's broken, we look out and we're trying to solve what we see. When we have conscious contact, we look out and there isn't anything to be fixed. There's no need for any goals. There's no need for any planning. There's no need for anything. Everything is absolutely perfect just the way it is. Man, if everything was perfect just the way it is, there'd really be no use for me. What role would I play? You see what I mean? My ego is very disappointed with this plan. Now there's something wrong with a person who says, I don't want to be perfectly happy. I'd rather have something that I'm working on. And yet, this is what is being presented. It's almost as if we're driving a car and the object is to get to some place as fast as you can using all the modern navigation techniques and whatever you got, these things where the satellites are talking and this and that. And you go racing down a 4-lane highway and all of a sudden it becomes a dead end. And there's a sign that says, turn around and find God. I'm trying to get to a freaking destination, man. Stop with the dead ends. I know if I cut over here, I remember there's a little back alley and it'll cut back in there. I'm on the road again. Here we go. Another dead end. Turn around and find God. Jesus, I don't know when I'm going to get this freaking trip over with. And it's almost like, say, did you see any messages from God today? And suggesting you try something different? No, there just were dead ends every goddamn place I went, and it's just awful what is going on. And so I find myself so convinced that it could not be that simple. And simplicity, of course, that's what spirituality is. That's one of the essential elements of spirituality is simplicity. And Bill, in the history books, Bill came up in a letter in his later years where he described AA as an utter simplicity which encases a complete mystery. That's a lot for thinking there. It's a perfectly simple, couldn't be simpler. You come in, you get a sponsor, you follow these, whatever they tell you to do, and you get these wonderful results. And then you go, well, geez, how does that work? That is a mystery. The whole thing is a mystery. There's no way of explaining any of this. And so we're left with something that can't be explained. And peace of mind comes when that's fine. And you stop trying to explain it. You stop trying to solve the mystery of God and yourself and simply enjoy it. You know, there's two things you can do with a mystery. You can appreciate it or you can try to figure it out. And the figure-outers go crazy. And that's what the class that a lot of us fit in. We go, well, why was I an alcoholic? Remember that? That was the first year. Well, why was I chosen to be an alcoholic? My mother wasn't an alcoholic. There was no alcoholics there, you know. And finally, you just go, well, I think I'll stop asking that question because no answer ever comes. And when you stop asking the question, peace of mind comes without the answer to the question. That was a big lesson, that you could get a satisfactory outcome without an answer.